Picture this. Back in the 1930s, a sinister Japanese death cult was snapping up poor kids from across the globe, turning them into lean, mean, spirituality-smashing machines aimed at undermining China. But, twist in the tale, their agenda hit a snag when the Japanese military had other plans. The mastermind behind this chilling enterprise, Amano Kaa, wound up behind bars, and his eerie entourage was scattered to the winds. Fast forward, and who pops in but a Japanese prince, ticking his protection wish list. Who's on top? Amano. Despite Amano's guest status in prison, the prince pitched him a surprising offer to reboot the cult somewhere off the radar. Enter kurashi dauk, a martial arts prodigy kicking butt and taking names. Just as he's on a roll, Amano pops up, none too pleased about kurashi's solo spree. He drops a bombshell. Dauk's got a new gig. Rally the Hades warriors and spruce up their not-so-humble abode, the Hades Temple, all in a month. Oh, and for kicks, prepare to throw down with K29, the enigmatic PA of Vajra, and a one-time Shaolin standout. No pressure, kurashi.
Ever heard of K29, the relentless martial arts trainee from Shaolin Temple? This guy is all about speed and precision, using an hourglass, no less. Picture this, while he's zipping around trying to perfect his moves, his sister cassava waltzes in, hourglass sand in tow, followed by their wise old teacher. Now, cassava throws a zinger. Our boy K29 hasn't quite nailed this super secret deadly technique yet, gotta finish it in 17 seconds flat. The teacher, ever so sagely, dropped a truth bomb. K29's gotta stop bottling up those feelings. Turns out, the real trick to martial mastery? Channel those raw emotions, pal. Let it out and let it fuel you.
Imagine a wild scene where Chinese military forces, headed by the fearless Commander Bill, find themselves banished to a mysterious island dominated by the ominous Hades Temple. After trekking through dense forests and towering mountains, they stumble upon a gruesome spectacle. Prisoners duking it out in vicious combat, their freedom hanging on a pledge of loyalty to the merciless Hades. In the thick of these brutal brawls stands Hang Jiang, a warrior who, against all odds, devastates his opponent, clinching a shot to challenge the temple's fearsome leader. As Bill and his squad look on, a somber mortician busies himself, collecting the fallen for burial. Just another day at Hades Temple. Locked in a dim cell, Bill and his team wrestle with their dilemma: to fight for an escape or not. Amidst their brooding, they overhear the victor next door, Zhang, now dubbed Vajra. He scoffs at Raj's taunts from the next cell over, dismissing the idea he could ever truly embrace the title Vajra. Oh, the drama.
Oh, the drama unfolds dramatically. King Tumaku, in a wrathful twist, strangled Jiang and cast him aside. The soldiers, now at a crossroads, were lured to the temple where Dauk, a charismatic yet sly figure, tried to coax Bill back to the dark side, aka Hades. But Bill, oh Bill, chose honor over easy allegiance, standing firm against sweet talk and temptations. Meanwhile, K29, our martial arts hero, found his master ailing, gasped. As his master's strength waned, he whispered of an impending duel with the ruthless Hades leader. With his last breath, he charged K29 to unleash the fierce dragon within through his kung fu mastery. As the grieving K29 knelt, paying homage to his fallen master, he searched with determination, diving into intense training. The stakes, sky high. At the same time, a dedicated, albeit slightly less mystical Dauk, wasn't slacking, preparing his contingent for what's brewing. During the somber funeral, as monks chanted and incense burned, a breathless monk delivered more spine-tingling news to K29. What next in this saga of loyalty, power, and kung fu fury? Stay tuned.
In a twist straight out of a movie, poor Cassava found herself not at a fun picnic, but abruptly whisked away by none other than Hades to his creepy temple. Imagine her horror. There, amid the ominous echoes, Cassava and a bunch of terrified kids were stamped with Hades' Cool Kids Club mark. Definitely not the club anyone wants to join. Meanwhile, our hero, K29, wasn't just strolling into danger. He waltzed in with an empty coffin. Talk about making an entrance. Talk about being drama king. He's ready to throw down or go down. Inside this villainous venue, the air was thick with tension as Zhang, ever so brave, faced off against Tetsumaku, Hades' thuggish tough guy. Despite Yang's fierce moves, he ended up on the losing side, meeting a rather grim end that had even the battle-hardened crowd gasping. Back to K29, who was now in full hero mode, confronted Dauk, Hades' right-hand man, demanding the kids be freed. But Dauk, playing by underworld rules, threw a curveball suggesting a good old-fashioned brawl to decide fate. Cue the dramatic music.
In a breathtaking display, K29 made a heroic leap to save a fallen comrade, but alas, he was a moment too late. Undeterred, he handed over the fallen to nearby soldiers. Even as his anger boiled, K29 kept his cool and confronted Tetsumaki with ferocious precision. He delivered a resounding beatdown and demanded repentance, but when Tetsumaki shockingly killed a captive in defiance, K29 wasted no time and ended him, earning a rousing cheer from the prisoners, much to Dauki's dismay. After the dust settled, K29 carried Jiang's body, joining others being prepped for burial. It was there that Ekko stepped in, challenging K29's violent streak. K29, ever so cool-headed, explained his tough actions were all in the name of protecting the kids from becoming casualties of war, countering Ekko's claim that they were better off under Hades's thumb. With a fire in his belly, K29 declared to Dauka his eagerness for the upcoming showdown with Crazy Monkey, leaving no doubt about his readiness to rumble.
So, dauk tried to rally the young trainees to take down the fierce K29, but alas, they just couldn't cut it. In a dramatic twist, dauk grabbed a sword, flinging it at K29, but hey, plot twist, he missed on purpose. K29, cool as a cucumber, didn't even budge and peace out after dropping a hefty warning. This guy rides solo. Later on, K29 took a stroll down memory lane, reminiscing about a sneaky passage he found during his mischievous childhood days in the Hades Temple, alongside his buddy California 31. His eureka moment came when he decided to use this secret route to rescue Cassava and other kids brainwashed into worshipping the Hades deity. While sneaking through, K29 got an eyeful of dauk leading a bizarre cremation ceremony, showing a twisted honor for the notorious Summaku. As the smoke wafts, Ekko sneaks up with a crisis of faith about the whole Hades charade. K29, playing the wise sage, nudged her to follow her gut and peek behind the curtain. The next adrenaline rush came when Hades' tribe nabbed 3 unlucky souls, including Arnold, who's under Bill's wing. These poor chaps were funneled into a creepy chamber as potential munchies for the notorious Crazy Monkey. In the midst of darkness, eerie whispers filled the room, making every shadow suspicious. Talk about a chill running up your spine.
Imagine this, a scene straight out of a high-octane thriller. Crazy Monkey, moving like a shadow, picks off his foes one by one, it's sheer chaos. Then enters K29, confronting dauk who throws a curveball, accusing him of a betrayal that allegedly led to his brother CA31's demise. Despite the heavy air, K29 gears up for a battle royale, ready to crack open the enigma surrounding Hades and free the innocents ensnared by its dark clutches. Fast forward, amidst the intense showdown vibes, dauk stirs the pot by questioning K29's choice of tactics, poking at why he ditched the infamous 17-second takedown. Expectations? High. Stakes? Higher. Their convo takes a nosedive into the personal. 12 years of waiting for a showdown, and dauk is itching to settle old scores. K29, albeit reluctantly, gears up to face the music when the due time knocks. Cut to a grim scene where unaware prisoners gather, only to see the mortician dragging Arnold's lifeless body across the floor. Enter Bauer, rushing in, soldier mode on, to confront the unsettling sight. Chaos, drama, and suspense, what more could you ask for in this gripping saga? Stay tuned.
In a frenzied clash at his fury Bauer savagely impaled a member of Hades with a metal rod. Rushing to the scene, K29 was cornered by Bauer's heartbreaking plea for a swift end to his pain. With a sorrowful spirit, K29 complied. Fueled by ire over Arnold's demise, K29 pressed the Hades gang for the truth, uncovering Arnold's grim fate as a pawn sacrificed to the notorious Crazy Monkey. That very evening, K29, seething with a thirst for justice, confronted Crazy Monkey, coldly promising that dawn wouldn't grace him again. As night enveloped the scene, a fierce showdown ignited. Crazy Monkey initially dominated, but thanks to Ekko's clever distraction with her camera flash, the tides turned. The scuffle intensified, each fighter exchanging meticulous blows until the dramatic entrance of the mortician, who used fire powder to illuminate the battleground. Amidst the chaos, both warriors plunged into the dark water, where K29 ultimately emerged victorious, bringing Crazy Monkey's reign of terror to a definitive end. As a new day broke, a Japanese prince stepped forward, setting the stage for the next confrontation with Amano. In a whirlwind of fury, Ekko drops a bombshell on Amano, revealing Hades' notorious secrets to the public, essentially blowing apart its once unbreakable image of honor. Stung by this betrayal, Amano doesn't sit back. He arms up the Hades members through the High Priest, preparing them for a bloody showdown disguised as a typical prisoner's fight. Amidst this chaos, our stealthy hero K29 watches every move from his secret perch. K29. After seeing the dire consequences faced by Bill and his men for their defiance, K29 hatches a bold plan, slipping a crucial letter to Arnold the Mortician, hoping it will reach the right hands to untangle this mess. K29 then strikes a delicate deal with dauk to save the prisoners by tweaking Bill's punishment. The catch? A death match against Bill and his squad. Despite their reluctance, Bill sees it as an act of honor, accepting the brutal challenge. As the fight rages, K29 pulls his punches, fighting hard but smart, avoiding unnecessary casualties. Post-battle, he swiftly signals the Mortician to tend to whatever aftermath silently, keeping his moves as cryptic as ever. You see, in K29's game of chess, every piece and pawn has a role, all moving silently but deadly. In a thrilling twist of fate, the Mortician, not just your average undertaker, springs Bill and his crew back to life and quickly schools them on a top-secret mission to aid K29, our resident hero, in a daring rescue operation. Now, picture this. K29, sneaking through shadows, finds Cassava and the scared kids, huddled like sardines. With a whisper of promise, he assures their safety, winning hearts while sparing his deadly moves for a rainier day.
Why hold back? Dauk wonders, eyebrow cocked. Our stoic K29 simply winks. Who needs deadly when you've got deadly charm?
Cut to the Mortician, creeping into the prison dungeons with all the stealth of a neon billboard. Oops, caught red-handed by Hades' goons. He's now the star of his own captive drama, all thanks to that blazing mishap with Crazy Monkey.
Meanwhile, the High Priest, ever the peacemaker, pitches locking up the prisoners, a plan Dauk swallows like a sour lemon. As night falls, Bill and his newly resurrected posse gear up for a grand escape, armed with insider info and a map full of hidden nooks and crannies. Tomorrow, it's game on.
High Priest gave a chilling order: eliminate anyone who posed a threat, including K29. He armed Hades members with the samurai sword sent by Amano. Hearing this, Ekko rushed to warn K29, urging him to flee. However, K29 revealed he already knew of the plot and had devised his counter plan elsewhere. Bill led a daring breakout, freeing the prisoners and inciting chaos across the temple. In the arena, K29 faced isuk. Before their battle began, Dauk taunted K29 by revealing the Mortician was captured and bound, forcing K29 to witness his suffering. As rain began to fall, the battle erupted with ferocity. At the same time, the freed prisoners stormed the chambers where the children were held. A violent skirmish ensued as the High Priest commanded his followers to kill the captives. Amidst the chaos, Ekko intercepted an attack meant for Cassava, shielding the child but suffering a fatal wound as she lay dying. Ekko urged those around her to protect the children, drawing her final.
Locked in a ferocious battle within the arena, K29 was taking a pummeling that seemed sure to be his downfall. Just when all hope appeared lost, a twist straight out of a soap opera unfolded. The Mortician, dishing out the pain, paused to drop a bombshell. He was actually K29's long-lost older brother, complete with a matching Hades mark. Urging K29 to embrace his fate, this unexpected family reunion lit a fire under our hero. Summoning every ounce of his strength, K29 deployed the legendary 17-second technique, throwing punch after punch that would make a boxing champ jealous, culminating in a spectacular vajra punch that finally put an end to Daisuke's reign of terror. As he channeled his newfound emotional whirlwind, the rebellion among the prisoners hit full swing, knocking the socks off the Hades goons. As Bill squared off with the High Priest in a showdown worthy of a blockbuster climax, Daisuke's last breath admitted defeat, crowning K29 as the rightful king of Vajra. His empire crumbling, Daisuke hit the dust with the dawn. Witnessing their leaders fall, the remaining Hades crew threw in the towel, dropping their weapons like hot potatoes. Cheers erupted from the prisoners' side, heralding their hard-fought victory and newfound freedom.